started to go, didn't I? Before I knew it, she'd bloody come right out. And I couldn't go anywhere. He just smacked straight into it. Right, I couldn't get to the right, so I thought she might just clear off out a little bit and I'd be able to get through the gap. No. Spun right off. The motorbike was over the other side of the road. There was a little road up there. I was upside down. Then in the crash helmet. I don't know who got me up, somebody got me up. And they must have called Theobolds, because it was on the box that's on the motorbike. Anyway, this woman from the van, little green van, "Are you alright?" I said, "Yeah, I think so. Would you like a drink?" I said, "No, I don't think so." She said, "Have a little drop of whiskey." I said, "You've got whiskey in the car." I said, "No, thank you very much." That's it. How she tried to bloody do it.
Wow.
She was a member of the MFU, Farmers Union.
Right.
Dad went bloody bonkers because one of the reps from MFU called at the house and Dad was still at work and I was there. I still got my arm in plaster, I think, something like that. Oh, he said, "You shouldn't have taken that," he says. "That's not enough," he says, "you should have doubled that at least."
What compensation?
Yeah. Of course I didn't know, did I? It was never going to be enough anyway.
So were you off work for a long time with it, with the injury, or?
No, he got rid of me, didn't he?
That was the end of it?
Yeah. More or less.
Well, these days you'd have had a case against the NFU and Theobolds, wouldn't you? If it was the day.
These days I would.
Yeah. So,
Anyway,
go on.
I had a little job for about 6 months. Bed surgical. Bed surgical was on, not quite on the corner of where Wellington Street continues up. You know, you've got a bag shop there.
Yeah.
And further up, it was on the, what do you call it, Stewart Street? Stewart Street, yeah. Just round the corner, Stewart Street, the second building along. Bed surgical, with trusses and all sorts of stuff like that. They were looking for somebody temporary. I had that for a little while. Got to know the bloke who owned it, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, that rings a bit. Oh yeah, scored a goal, didn't he?
Emilio, not Lenny.
No. Yeah. Lived down at Clockhill. Anyway, used to go to Bedford and fit them up out with shoes. We used to measure them up, and these support shoes he used to do for them. All that sort of stuff. And I used to go over there. We used to go down to the Clockhill, jump in his car, and we'll toggle off to Bedford. And do the surgery over there. One day I put this boot on this little lad, but I missed a couple of laces and left a couple of holes. I said, "What's the matter then?" "You haven't done that properly, have you?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, I missed that." Yeah, it's alright, but it's all the funny side in the end. And I didn't stay there too long. And I got this job at Theobolds. Theobolds. student nurse. Well, I was supposed to be, well, I was student nurse, but it was only on a trial basis. But it was nearly a year before I made my mind up. I said, well, I made my mind up to I want to stay and do it or not. In the end, I didn't back it in. The bloke I met over there was Tony Dickinson. He was a student. We still hadn't passed his exams or anything. Anyway, we teamed up and he liked traditional jazz, the old trad and stuff. Well, I don't mind it, some of them. And he was a bit of a boy for the women, girl for the girls. Yeah, like this. Oh, she's alright, you see. I think I might spend the night there with her. Oh, man, I didn't quite go that far with one of them, two of them. Anyway, that's when I went abroad. Do you remember anything about that? Me going abroad?
Well, no, on the holidays. I know you went to Torremolinos and places like that.
No.
I didn't know you lived abroad. No, that's...
Hitchhiking abroad.
No.
Hitchhiking.
Didn't know you'd gone hitchhiking.
From France, Paris, Dijon, Paris, right the way down to Marseille,
Nice, Cannes.
Cannes, yeah. Stayed in Cannes for a bit. That's where I met Tony Dickinson, because he went out first.
Right.
And the naughty thing about it was, this started virtually from the beginning. He asked me to send him some money. I did send him some money. The last time was for a £5, so I sent a £5. When I saw his mum, lived at Redbourne. Give this to Tony, she says. Make sure he's alright. £5. I thought, well, that's going in my wallet because I've already sent the bloody thing.
Mm.
Of course, she must have said, did you get the money, Tony? And he says, well, why didn't you give it me? I said, because I already bloody sent you one. What do you want? I had it out with him, you know.
Too right too.
And anyway, then about for a little bit, did a bit of hitchhiking, got down to Rome. I thought, well, this is no good. There's no work, you know. Before that, I stayed in a farmer's loft in Italy. That was, you know, I've been through Cannes, Nice, what's the next one? Nice, next to Nice, it's coming into Italy then, San Remo.
Yeah.
I stayed there for a while. It's like all the way to, got to Pisa, not pizza, Pisa. Got to Pisa.
Leaning to our pizza.
Oh, I loved it, Pisa. It was a beautiful place. You ever been there, Pisa?
No.
No. Oh, it doesn't. It frightens me looking at it.
I did cut through Italy. I've been to Italy, but I've never been.
You know, when I got Theobolds, I'm going to come here and I'm going to buy a pair of shoes from that shop. That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful shoes. You know, handmade stuff and, oh. Anyway, never did happen. Got down to Rome, stayed at this was 1961. The year before was the Olympics, 1960, Rome Olympics. Stayed at the Olympic Village. And he managed to get some spuds from somewhere. Got the old tin can stuff with us. you know, a load of spuds with ants. Yeah, that's all we had to eat, spuds. And there was the rain coming on.
So did you get no work as you went from
There is
place
no
to
work,
place?
no.
So how did you afford it then? I mean, how did you get money to do stuff and travel and things?
No, we didn't have enough money.
Right.
I didn't have enough money. Anyway, got to a point where I said, look, we're not going to find any work. I said, I don't know what you want to do, but I said, I'm going to the
English embassy? The embassy?
embassy, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm.
Yeah. I said, I'm going to repatriate it back home. I said, there's no point in trying to carry on. I said, we're going to starve ourselves to death. So it's up to you. I said, I'm going. Anyway, all right in there. Told them the story and everything. Run out of money. You know, we were hoping to find jobs. Nothing happening. And I don't know how much they gave us, but it gave me a ticket to get back home on the trains and the boat.
Right.
And a bit of cash as well, which I remember. And I gave Tony some.
Okay.
And I didn't have enough for any food myself when I got on the boat. Got back to England, back to the station, back to St Pancras. No money. I thought, well, surely somebody can help me, you know. Look round, I couldn't see anybody at all. There was John Matheson. Hello, he said, what are you doing here? He paid for me ticket to get home. Came back to Luton, got off the train, he says, get a taxi. I said, I've got no money, John. No, don't worry about it, he says. Don't worry about it.
Decent bloke.
It's brilliant. I did get a job at Vauxhall, Dunstable. Worked on the tin bashes bit. What was it? Spot welding. Bits for lorries and vans. CF vans, yeah. CF vans. And that packed up, and I went on to mills and drills, and got on there, and the old guy was showing me it. He wasn't a foreman or setter or anything. He was just showing me. Had a good old chat with him. He worked on the Railway of Death, if you know what that is.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Where the Japs used to flog.
Oh, okay.
They used to flog the
They used to get hit.
squaddies
Yeah.
that were lacking. They're trying to build this railway
Right.
for them. And he got flogged a few times, poor bugger. A lot of them didn't make it. You know, it's terrible. It really was. I mean, I'm reading a book now. It's about Auschwitz. Yeah, it's a little bit different one. That is. I don't know how many I've read about that.
It's inhuman though what people would do to people. It just
It's absolutely disgusting. Anyway, he sorted me out, and Of course, I was at Singers. I used to grind my own drills and all sorts of, you know, I'd learnt all the ropes and everything. So it wasn't long before I started grinding my own drills and things. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Then I went into this other job that I had for years, towing eyes. On the old trucks, the old vehicles.
Yeah.
Not the TK ones, the ones before that. On the front, like the bumpers, you get a towing eye each side. You just done a drill, tap, and all that. That was my job, Vauxhall. Did that for years. I walked next to Cyril Cook.
There's a name that rings a bell.
I had a couple of cars off him, didn't I? Yeah.
So when you left, GM, Vauxhall, Bedford, call it what you will, because it's all the same thing in my eyes.
Yeah.
Dad, of course, was given a con rod.
Yeah.
Presumably because of his involvement with con rods
No,
over
it
the
wasn't.
years, or no, just it is a bit that looks nice if it's chromed up.
Yeah.
There you go. I wondered if there was you didn't get two eyes from a TK then, that
they had a good collection when me and Pam got married. Brought us this come to the canteen cutlery,
Right.
things like that.
No, that's nice.
But when I went, what did I get? Oh, that's right. What did I get? Can't remember now. No, I can't remember. I'm thinking the one I left BOC. I know I've got a golf bag
So
and headphones.
very nice indeed. That's, tell me about then the transition from GM to BOC and what made you decide to jump.
Oh, I borrowed your suit to do the interview.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
What year would have that been then? Because you see, in my head, you're the smartest guy that I know, and I've tried to live up to your smart stature. So to hear that I've lent you a suit, and Dale, you know, your son, our eldest son, he went to a prom at Hillsborough in Northants for his, 6-year prom. He hadn't got a suit. He borrowed my dinner jacket and there's a picture of him in a DJ, which was mine. So to hear that you borrowed a suit for an interview, what's all that about?
I don't know. I can't remember why. I don't know what happened to my suit. I think I didn't bother. Oh, I did. I did have a suit, but it was ill-fitting. And I think Doreen, Pam's sister, took it off me.
Well, I guess we've always been a similar build and a similar shape and stuff, haven't we? So I guess similar sizes. So did it work then, the old borrowed suit from your little brother?
Yeah, I did. And got the job and all.
Hey!
Well, didn't know I got the job at the time, but I had the interview. Peter, what was his name? Peter Ingrams. He was the governor, manager. He says, do you know anything about Boyle's machines? I thought, Boyle's? Bloody Boyle's. It's a name, Boyle, B-O-Y-L-E. Invented by Mr. Boyle. These anaesthetic machines. Oh, God, bloody hell. No, I said, there's nothing about them at all. And the bloke, Stan, that was the area bloke manager, or whatever you want to call him, at the time, he was with him. He said, oh, he'll soon pick it up. He said he's smartest bloke. The bloke before went in for the interview before me, raggy old jeans, sloppy top and jacket, didn't make an effort at all. So I thought, oh well, perhaps I like that sort of thing. I hope not. Anyway, that same night, got a phone call. Hello, David. Who's that? It's Peter England. You'll be pleased to know that you passed your interview and we'd like to take you on. Still working at Vauxhall at the time. So I just had a day off to get it all sorted. Anyway, they offered me more money than I was getting at Vauxhall, plus company car, plus petrol, plus expenses.
Really?
Ooh.
So you couldn't really turn it down, could you?
No, I didn't.
And what year were we talking about then? Because I remember we used to chat when we used to go to the football about you maybe looking for something.
Yeah, we did. We used to have long chats, didn't we, at the football? Never mind the football, let's have a chat. In 80, 79, 80, around that. Can't remember exactly. But I was on, well, you're not on Friday, but you know, you do a week in the workshop, or whatever they want to call it, learning all about the different bits of equipment, what you're supposed to do to them, servicing, God knows whatever. And a week out in the field with an engineer that's been doing it, which was, to me, it was John Griggs.
Mm.
He was a supervisor of our area,
Yeah.
John. Nice bloke he was, John.
Remember the name? Remember the name?
Yeah. And that one I've got. Funny enough, I looked at the certificate yesterday. I was sorting photos out and loads of photographs up there. Stuff.
I'll scan them for you.
And yeah, I had a driving certificate, but it's no good for me. I passed the driving thing, you know, great. The trouble is, I'd have to change my name to Mr. Haynes. Haynes.
They've missed out the end. How dare they?
Buggers, hey, I don't think, you know, make sure. Always make sure.
So your job at BOC then,
Yeah.
I used to think that it must have been quite a stressful job because oxygen equipment in hospitals is sort of life-saving, isn't it? And it's crucial, it's life-dependent. And your settings and the way that you set all of those up, pretty damn important. My dad was a setter, wasn't he, when he was at GM and Vauxhall and stuff. And so engineering and putting machinery together and making certain they run and function properly is something that's sort of run in the family. And it's obviously come through to you and you've done it as well. But that was one hell of a responsibility, I think, and pressure to get it absolutely right.
That's why they paid the money.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, it was decent money. I mean, you could go into 2 different pensions. The higher one, you know, they had more stoppages than the other one. So I went for the second one. But it's still pretty good. About 400 quid a month. Not bad, is it?
Good.
Care allowance, Karen's done for me, another 400 quid a month. Yeah, it's all going up. When we joined BOC, it was called Medishield.
Ah.
You can keep quiet as well, mate.
Is it in the way? Do you want me to move it a bit? Wow, look at that, he's still got his badge. All these years later, he's got his badge.
Yeah. Found that the other week. Didn't realise it still got it.
Do you realise that since 1977, when I was branch manager of the Evening Post Echo, and I had a business card, I've kept all of them.
Really?
Yeah, all 6,322. Yeah, I've still got them. For them with the camera, it wasn't really 6,322. But,
Six.
but no, it was more. It was quite a lot. But, you know, it means a lot to have a badge or a business card or something, doesn't it? I think.
That means you are somebody.
Yeah, yeah. And you certainly were.
Well, I've got a certificate to prove it.
Yeah.
Not there. But it's only a grade 2.
You'll always be grade 1 to me, sir.
Yeah. Army I was grade 2. If I would have been grade 1, it would have been a totally different story. Because I had already signed 3 years in the RAF.
What? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And what would you want to do in the RAF? Fly
I was
or
going to be a cook.
a cook?
Yeah.
What?
Well, look at them now, these blighters on the telly. But they're just making fortunes, aren't they?
Well, they are, yeah. Wow.
I'm not going to say that would have been me, but
No, but it could have been an opportunity, couldn't it? Yeah. Wow.
it's the way things work out. But then if that had happened, I'd never have met Pam and fall in love with Pam, which I did. Couldn't get enough. Pam, it was Pamela. It was her eyes. And she looked straight at you, which is the eye I can't see out of. She has got one. She's blind in one eye. Didn't know that, did you?
Wow.
Yeah.